Hi everyone, welcome to Cooking with Bama-Q. Today we've got Rylee Wright, the steak princess, with us. And Rylee, you may be the steak princess, but you're doing something different for us today, right? Tell me about that.
So we're doing a rack of lamb, and that is like my all-time favorite thing to cook.
Really?
Out of anything I've ever cooked, this is my favorite thing I've ever cooked.
Wow. Do you do anything with your lamb prior to this to take any of that lamby flavor out, or do you like it that way?
When I do it, I don't really get the lamby flavor the way I season it and everything, because I season it like a regular barbecue thing, because I don't like the herb flavoring. It's just, I've never really liked it. I just don't have that palate yet, I guess.
Sure.
So I usually just do the barbecue flavoring.
Okay, so you've got your seasoning over here, and this is your line of seasoning.
This one's one of our friends at Stevie 180.
Okay.
So I'm using that just for a basic AP rub, so that way we can go ahead and get that little base layer on there.
Okay.
So you'll just want to season the top. And you don't have to go too heavy on it. You just want a little light coat on it. Then you can flip it over and just do a light coat on the back as well.
Get the other side, very important. That is a nice light coat. You've got a really good hand there, shaking that out.
And you'll just let it sit just for, 3-4 minutes, and then you're ready to sear it.
Okay, so we're gonna let it rest. And while we're doing that, let's talk a little bit. So you didn't use any of yours?
Not yet, but we will.
So you will be. Okay,
yes.
So your line is Beauty and the Beef, right? Beauty and the
Yes.
Beef. And how did you get started with your own line of spices?
We've had a bunch of people come to me and like, hey, you're getting a name for yourself. You just need to start coming out with a line of rubs. That'll just get your name even bigger and everything. And at the time, I was so busy with school, soccer, cooking, I just didn't have time to make any. So this was like a month before COVID hit. And when COVID hit in my county, like where we live, our school system was like, hey, y'all don't have to do any work if you're happy with your grades. And I had all A's, so I didn't have to do anything.
Good job.
And mom and dad were like, you're not sitting around on your phone, you have to do something. So that's when I just started working on rubs, and they would buy me spices and I'd let them come to the house and everything. And once they came, I'm like, okay, they're at work, let me just start putting stuff together. So I just start throwing random things together and like, oh, this is actually good, and write that recipe down. And then I'd send it out to a few people, let them try it and
taste test it.
and get some like feedback. If they're like, oh, too salty, not enough pepper, not enough spice, I would tweak it and find what I really liked, and that's how I came out with my two.
Wow, so you got a couple rubs.
Yes.
And what are your flavors? This is Beauty and the Beef.
That one's a beef rub, and the other one's Rylee Sweet Rapture, and it's just a basic sweet rub.
Okay, and you have a website.
Yes, I do. It's steakprincessbarbecue.com.
Okay, and you can get your spices there. You can buy t-shirts there.
You can buy t-shirts, spices, hats, cups, just about anything. I think we have some aprons, some sweatshirts. We have all kinds of things on the website.
And that's pretty good for somebody who's 14.
Yes.
Look at you, you are like well on your way.
Yes. Okay, so the seasoning sat long enough, and we're gonna go ahead and open up the Hasty Bake and put them on.
Okay, awesome.
So we'll just set it on there.
Oh, you hear that sizzle?
And you'll want to sear them for about 2 minutes aside.
Okay.
They've seared on 2 minutes aside, so now we're just gonna go ahead and bring it over here and go ahead and re-season it some more.
Okay, let's see how they look. Oh, look at that. Those look delicious. Wow. Okay.
So now we're just gonna go ahead and season it with a beef rub, just because it's my beef rub, but it just like, it gives it that flavor that the AP rub just doesn't have to it. So you'll just want to season it, and you can go a little bit heavier on this rub because it won't stick as well since the meat's not raw.
All right. kind of pat it down there.
Then go ahead and just season a little bit on the other side.
A little more heavy-handed there. Yep.
Okay, so.
Okay, ready to put them on?
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Will you open the grill for me?
Yes. Can
Thank
I
you.
touch that or is it hot? Okay.
I think it's good. So you'll just want to set them up to where the bones will just interlock.
Oh, look at that. How cool is that? Yeah.
Just like that. And then you'll just want to stick a probe in there. And the grill's at about 300, 325. It could be anywhere to 350, however you want to do it.
We're on the hasty bake. Okay.
And you'll just want to stick a probe in there. And then you'll just wait till it gets to about 129, 130, and then you're ready to pull it off.
Okay. I'll let you close it, unless you want me to. Go ahead and just shut it down.
Yes.
All right. And this is a particular technique that you talked about. You called it teepeeing it.
Yeah,
like a
so it
teepee.
just looks like a little teepee when the bones interlock.
Yeah, and you think it cooks really well that way when it's up like that?
It does. It doesn't burn any of the sides or anything while it's sitting on there. So it just keeps everything nice and formal and looking good.
Very nice. Well, we'll check back on it later.
Yes. All right, so we're at about 129 degrees, so let's go ahead and pull it off.
All right. Oh, look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. That is gorgeous. I mean, you can almost just serve it that way. Just put it out with some garnish and people could just slice it off.
Just make it nice and pretty, put a little bit of greenery on it.
Yeah.
But we can go ahead and cut it, see what it looks like.
Okay.
So you just kind of want to cut it. I'm not the best at cutting them, but you just kind of want to find the in-between that bone right there.
Yes.
Slice
well, a
it.
sharp knife is always helpful. A really sharp knife.
You need it really sharp for lamb.
Yeah. Oh, it looks beautiful, Rylee. What do you think about the color?
Thank you. I think it looks really good.
Mm-hmm. And that could make a lovely presentation as well.
That's how we usually serve it at Christmas, barbecue, whenever we do it.
You just kind of arrange it. So.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Rylee, these look fantastic.
Thank you.
Are we ready to try one?
I think so.
Okay. Guess we'll just dig in, grab one. I'm going to follow your lead here. I don't usually. All right. Rylee, they are delicious.
Thank you.
Absolutely delicious. And I don't really taste that lamby flavor.
It doesn't give it much of a gamey flavor with this style.
Well, these are absolutely delicious. I
Thank
don't
you.
taste, like you said, the gamey flavor. I think this is a recipe you would definitely want to try at home. Simple, but absolutely delicious. We want to thank you for watching. We want to thank Rylee for coming and cooking today and thank all of our sponsors. And we'll see you next time on Cooking with Bama-Q.